Hey guys, welcome to another edition of our online newsletter, this being for April 2017. We've got a lot to cover this month. Of course, we'll touch on TESTA Shadow and his road to the Group 1 Doncaster handicap. It wouldn't be a newsletter without a horse to follow. We've got a particular horse that you should definitely take an interest in given this wet weather of late. And our yearling update will give you a closer look at one particular yearling that we purchased from the classic sale this year, and given that we now have these PDSs approved by Racing New South Wales, we can finally get a move on with regards to getting that paperwork out and getting these shares rolling. First, let's start with TESTA Shadow. I mean, what a ride it's been with this horse. He had 2 lead-up runs going into the Doncaster. And look, they were both in group company, Group 3 and Group 2 respectively, and it's always nerve-wracking going into those sort of races, stepping up in grade. You know, although he did win the $1 million Magic Millions Cup, it is restricted somewhat. So stepping up into group company, it's always nerve-wracking not knowing whether they're up to that sort of task. And we were very happy to say and very happy to see that TESTA Shadow more than held his own. His first run was in the Group 3 Liverpool City Cup, where he appeared to have it won. And unfortunately, the race got snatched off him over the last 50, 75 metres or so. He ran third, adding another group placing to his record. And 2 weeks later, he ran in the Group 2 Ajax Stakes, where he tussled right to the line with the eventual Doncaster winner, It's Somewhat. He ended up going down by a head to that particular horse. He was fighting all the way to the line in typical TESTA Shadow style, and that was the big confidence booster. That run was the one that really filled us with confidence moving forward into the Doncaster. Unfortunately, those heavy 8 or heavy 9 conditions, in combination with the very tough Randwick Mile, just brought us undone. However, as I said, the eventual winner, It's Somewhat, only beat us by a head a few weeks before. So we still left with a bit of a smile on our face, knowing that we've got a horse that can really compete at the top level. We'll show you those 2 lead-up runs in the City Cup and the Ajax. Here are those replays. TESTA Shadow finishing third in both races.
Racing. Chappered off the inside, jumped nicely, and he's going to roll through and take the lead with Libaz. Drawn wide out, coming across into second from TESTA Shadow. Then Wouldn't It Be Nice? Arid gets back in the field, so does New Tipperary, and McCreary settles back last. But it's Chetwood with his big long stride, loafing along at the 1,000 metres and extending the margin to 4 lengths on Libaz. Has been quietly ridden in second, then TESTA Shadow, followed by Wouldn't It Be Nice, a length off to Arid. Second last is New Tipperary, and last of all is McCreary, 700 metres to run, and Chetwood really stringing the field out, but he looks to do it so easily, Chetwood, by 6 or 7 lengths to Libaz, then TESTA Shadow. Further back to Wouldn't It Be Nice from Arid. New Tipperary's being hard ridden by Abdullah, but McCreary looks to travel okay on the inside, but slightly held up. Chetwood straightens with a 5-length lead. Class still sits very quietly. They're all chasing behind. TESTA Shadow in second. Arid's making ground from Wouldn't It Be Nice. McCreary's trying to come off heels. New Tipperary's making hard work of it. 200 a run, and it's Chetwood 2 in front, but TESTA Shadow's coming hard now. Oh, the leader's going into the Bermuda Triangle. TESTA Shadow, and here's McCreary swamping them. McCreary down the outside. Big effort. McCreary has got up to win it. I think Arid nailed TESTA Shadow for second at the end. Chetwood, well, went too quick. Dig up out of the gates, and New Tipperary's right up on the speed. No Doubt is showing a bit of pace as well in the early part. So it's TESTA Shadow, No Doubt, New Tipperary, and old Dibiani plonks in just behind them as they find their positions. Then he's our Rocky, followed by It Somewhat. A couple further back to Cylinder Beach, then Slow Pace. Well back in the field is Floodlight, and Darrad whips them in. Testa Shadow being hard ridden here at the 1,000 metres. It wants the lead and it takes it away. Singing's been able to go to second. A New Tipperary's up on the outside in third. Dibiani holds the spot on the inside fourth. They're followed by No Doubt that It's Somewhat. He's our Rocky. Couple further back to Cylinder Beach. Then Slow Pace from Arad. And last of all is the French import Floodlight. Down the side and Testa Shadow still being ridden up here in the lead. And at the 600 it's Testa Shadow, a couple in front. Boy, New Tipperary's doing plenty of work. 3 wide in the runner. On the outsider, Singing, and Dibiani is inching closer on the inside. Getting all the rails. Runs now Dibiani going up to join Testa Shadow. New Tipperary under plenty of pressure. Then came Singing. Back to the inside. It's Somewhat. Now he's our Rocky and Arad making ground. Testa Shadow still in front. 200 out. Dibiani's gone. It's Somewhat up the inside. New Tipperary and he's our Rocky. It's Somewhat and Testa Shadow. It's Somewhat. Testa Shadow won't sit down. It's Somewhat though's going to just win this. It's Somewhat from a very brave New Tipperary on the outside of Testa Shadow. Good finish there. Closing up behind them, Slow Pace and eye-catching run. Dibiani, Cylinder Beach.
So as you can see, we were certainly filled with confidence given those 2 runs leading into the Doncaster. As I said, the conditions and the tough Randwick Mole was just a bit much for him on the day. But knowing that we can come so close to the eventual Doncaster winner really has us filled with confidence moving forward. Testa Shadow may venture to Brisbane and tackle the group races held there over the Winter Carnival. You'd certainly think he would be in hot contention to pick up one of those races there. So good luck to his owners moving forward, and I'm sure there are plenty more good times to be had with this fellow. On to a horse to follow, and now this particular mare is by Sebring. She loves the heavy conditions. She's had 2 cracking runs leading into her next start, both at Warwick Farm. She ran 4th and then 3rd, and she's really got a hoof on the till. She's won 3 races and placed 12 times from 26 starts. She's a very consistent horse. Her name is Express Point. She has been nominated for Warwick Farm on the 12th. So if she goes around her home track again and the wet weather looks to have followed her, I would certainly be keeping a close eye on her. Here's a replay of her last start 3rd at Warwick Farm, Express Point.
Here we go. We're off. Chavo's jumped out okay despite all the drama, and the favourite Medlin was quickly into stride as well, and Pound Sterling's going forward. Pianissimo not too far away. Ballius not too far behind them from Thorn in My Side, then Sweet Surprise. Chavo taken back to second last and Like a Shot at the rear. Rachel King's taken the favourite to the lead, Medlin. The second favourite, Pound Sterling, up on its outside, followed by Express Point, Thorn in My Side, Sweet Surprise and Ballius all doing the chasing to the leaders. They're followed by Pianissimo from Chavo, and Like a Shot is the last one, but Medlin travelling well. Leads by a half here at the 600 metres from Pound Sterling. A couple further back to Express Point on the rails from Thorn in My Side, Ballius deeper out. Then Sweet Surprise from Pianissimo, Chavo, and Like a Shot the last one. Racing to the home turn now. Medlin being felled for him. Pound Sterling's going pretty wide around the turn, and Pound Sterling went straight past the short price favourite Medlin. Then Express Point and Pianissimo staying on, but Pound Sterling has drawn clear. The chasers are coming though. Pianissimo and Express Point. Pound Sterling's devaluating quickly. Pianissimo scooping it up on the inside. Pianissimo going to Pound Sterling, and Pianissimo too good. Pianissimo ran down Pound Sterling. Express Point 3rd, Photo 4th, Like a Shot and Ballius. Further back to Chavo, then
As you can see, there is a reason why we have mentioned this horse given these conditions of late. So again, Express Point by Sebring. Her next start is likely to be on the 12th at Warwick Farm. Let's just hope we see a heavy track for her. On to the yearlings. Now we have made an additional purchase. Last month we attended the March yearling sale, which is not a sale you typically see Sydney siders attend. It is more so targeted towards the Queensland trainers due to the QTIS bonus nominated yearlings. QTIS is equivalent to New South Wales's Bob scheme, so that's their bonus scheme. However, we found a Bob's filly by a stallion named Eurozone out of a mare called Moonlight Shadow. This filly happens to be a half sister to Testa Shadow, and she's a mirror image of him. We could not walk away without her. We ended up securing her for a very good price, put her video up on our social media a week later, and in 3 days' time, 90% of the syndicate was full. So I would like to thank those people who came forward and joined that particular syndicate. We've got a great bunch of owners that have really shown their support in the past, and I'm really glad to see that we've got such a good bunch of people in this filly. If her brother and what she looks like and the way she walks and the way she holds herself is anything to go by, well, we're going to have a fantastic time with her. And of course, any result that Testa Shadow racks up certainly counts towards her being a filly. She's going to be a very valuable commodity after she finishes her racing career. So be sure to follow her over the next 12 months or so. Last month we showed you a clip of our 5 yearlings that were bought at the Classic and Premier sales. This month I'm going to touch on the TESTA ROSSA COLT. He was purchased at the Classic sale out of the Tauranga Farm draft. Tauranga Farm are renowned for breeding tough, durable horses. They've been around for a very long time, and they've been one of the top vendors for a while now. This particular colt is extremely athletic, very reminiscent of what you see in a typical TESTA ROSSA, and he's great value at $4,590 a share. Of course, we do have those PDSs approved now, so we can share details with you with regards to prices, and we can send those respective PDSs out if you're interested in any of our yearlings. But we will finish off with some footage of the horse and Gary Portelli's comments on this particular colt. Until next time, we look forward to next month's newsletter with you.
To be trained this colt by TESTA ROSSA from the Classic sale just recently for Elite Thoroughbreds. He looks a precocious type of 2-year-old. Even on the day, he was quite strong for his handler. Real athletic, precocious type. Since we've seen him in the farm without a lead on him, and my God, he can gallop. He's a very, very quick horse and very fast on his feet. His mother went over 900 metres, and he gives every indication he's going to be a fast horse, and that's what you need. Speed is what you need. He looks very similar to a couple of other TESTA ROSSAs that I've got, in particular Testa Shadow. Great walking animal, very, very strong walker, got a bit of purpose about him, and you'll see that when you see this horse for yourself. Got a lot of faith in this horse. I think he's going to be a good one.